The island of Sodor has many beautiful places. There are fields of green, white sandy beaches and cozy villages. All the engines love passing through the picturesque landscape. There is one place, however, that the engines all avoid. The smelters. The air seemed to grow cold as the sounds of snorting machines whirred all around. Worst of all, the line side was littered with rows of rusted cars, trucks, and engines. The smelters were run by two menacing diesels, Ari and Bert. They take great pleasure in their work and never miss a chance to taunt the engines. "Don't get too close to Cutter's torch," they would sneer. "They might just cut you up on sight." The engines knew Sir Topham Hatt would never scrap them, but all the same, Ari and Bert's teasing chilled them to the boiler. One cold night, the diesels were idling outside of the smelter's shed. They had just finished their work and were ready to retire to their shed. A low mist hung over the yard, and the echoes of the smelter's machines danced in the air. "Another good day's work behind us, eh?" rumbled Ari. "Couldn't be better," oozed Bert. Their conversation was interrupted by an unfamiliar horn. Through the mist, a long, slender diesel slunk into the yard. A line of trucks groaned behind him. "Hello," greeted Ari. "What can we do for you?" "Evening. Special delivery for you." He motioned to the flatbed behind him. Ari and Bert could make out a shape of an old, rusted steam engine. Well, well, well," smirked Ari. "This is my kind of surprise." "They were clearing out an old mine on the mainland," replied the diesel, "and they found this wreck, tangled in the weeds. Must have been forgotten about when the mine closed. Scrap yards on the other railway are at capacity," he finished, "so I was told to bring it on my goods delivery tonight." "Well, thank you very much," chuckled Ari. "I'll show you to the fuel pump. Bert, move that old rust bucket to the shed." Bert didn't like being bossed around, but he complied as Ari and the diesel rolled away. He grumbled as he dragged the heavy flatbed into the glow of the smelter's shed. "Stupid Ari," he growled. "He could have brought this rubbish in here." As he rolled along, the steam engine creaked and groaned. It almost sounded like laughter. Bert pulled into place, then rolled alongside. "Who's got the last laugh now?" he sneered. "Useless old kettle." "Is that what you think of me?" Bert ground to a halt. For the first time he saw the front of the old engine. Its face was smudged and dirty, and its eyes were weary. "I'm far from useless," wheezed the engine. "Pah!" snorted Bert. "Another steam in denial. Diesel's our way forward. There's no need for you now." "And what happens when you become outdated?" Bert scoffed. "Never gonna happen." "I used to be just like you," sighed the engine. "I was delivered to the old mine, with everyone telling me how powerful I was. They had an ancient engine before me, on its last wheels when I came. I laughed when I arrived." "Not in your prime anymore, eh, old-timer?" "You wouldn't have work if it hadn't been for me," he coughed. "This mine was built on marsh steam." "And now you have no more to give. Stand aside and let new engines take charge." The engine sighed. "Now look at me. I was invincible until diesels came. I got a taste of my own medicine then. You are modern, but for how long? What will happen to you when a more efficient engine is built?" That'll never happen," Bert spluttered. "Deny it all you want, but I stand before you as proof of it. Time will go on, and you will be replaced." Bert was silent. The words sent chills through his frames. "Perhaps you should show more kindness towards engines at their end. We've done our fair share of work. We just want to go in peace, without your mockery and sneering. Now, go."
I like to revel in what peace I'm deserving of.
Bert said nothing. He was deeply affected by the engine's words, but didn't want to show it. He continued to sneer as he rolled out of the smelter's shed. Harry was waiting for him. The big diesel had gone with its goods train, and the fog was beginning to lift. "Where have you been?" Harry growled. "And who are you talking to in there?" "Stupid old steamer," barked Bert. "Try and tell me we'll be out of date one day." Harry stared blankly. "How did you talk with it?" Bert looked back. As the doors of the smelter shed began to close, he saw no face on the engine, only a rusted smokebox door. Bert was in disbelief. The shed door shut with an unsettling thud. "Oh, that exhaust has got to you," Harry cackled. "Oh, shut up," snapped Bert. It rolled off to their shed without another word. Bert is a different engine now. While still menacing, he no longer taunts the steam engines with threats of scrap. He is silent whenever he goes into the smelter's shed, for he thinks of the spectral old engine. I think its words will follow Bert for a long time. Don't you?